Minister, for being here and to your team as well. Minister, you just heard from my colleague in the House of Commons from Nunavut talking about the infrastructure gap, and she cited that it would take 58 to 141 years to fill and complete the infrastructure gap. AFN cites it would need $44 billion to ensure that we address the infrastructure gap when it comes to just Indigenous housing. And your budget and your commitment is $4 billion over 7 years. Where I live in the Alberni Valley, 67% of the people that are homeless on the streets of my community are Indigenous. That's according to the latest homeless count. I'm looking to you, Minister, to identify what is your plan? What is the timeline? I have to go back to my riding and face the 10 nations and the people that are homeless and their families. And they need answers. And so does my colleague.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. I want to clarify that in the SUPS-B that I tabled at the beginning of November and that I am here to discuss did contain $349.4 million for the National Housing Co-Investment Fund, $212 million for the Interim Housing Assistance Program, as well as additional measures to support governmental efforts across the board, including measures to and funds for the settlement of cases with Indigenous groups. So I will say that we are committed to reconciliation. We recognize that there is additional measure that we should be taking for addressing the infrastructure gap. Minister Haidu actually addressed those in the House of Commons, and as this is a matter under her...
Actually, sorry, Minister, to cut you off because time's short.
Sorry.
She didn't actually address that. There's $349 million
Yes.
when there's a $44 billion gap when it comes to just housing. And everyone deserves a right, especially Indigenous people. That is not addressing the gap. So I'm hoping as the president of the Treasury Board that you're actually going to be making this a priority because you're the one who is the gatekeeper of all money spent. This is really got to be your top priority.